Hello and welcome to another edition of All Things Eastern. I'm your host Patty Dobson and I have a very special panel of guests today. Why don't you introduce yourselves and then we'll just start talking about a lot of really fun stuff.
Hi, Dr. Dobson. My name is Catalina Arana, and I am the Office Director at Hispanic Affairs. I'm studying, I'm a double major in elementary education and Spanish with a minor in bilingual education, and it's my third year, and I don't know when I graduate. My dad asked me, he was like, when are you going to graduate? I was like, I'm not sure, maybe 50 years. He's like, well, I wish I was alive by then. I'm like, hopefully you'll be.
Your dad is not the only parent that has asked that question, let me tell you.
All right. Well, my name is Berenice Salazar. I'm considered a senior, but it's my second year here. So hopefully I graduate next year. But my career, I want to be I'm actually in business. So and I'm also an office assistant for Hispanic Affairs. So yeah, and hopefully I'm graduating maybe spring of 2019. Hopefully. My dad hasn't told me anything because it's my second year, but hopefully I graduate 2019.
The question is coming.
The question is coming, yep.
That'd be cool. We'd get to walk together then.
Right.
So I'm Caitlin Bigham. I'm one of the GAs for Multicultural Affairs, so I get to pop between all of the offices. This is my first semester in a graduate program with special education. I graduated last semester with my bachelor's in early childhood from Eastern.
Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
so you're on a whole new path now that you're in graduate school.
Yes, very different from undergrad.
Oh my goodness. Now, how are you all involved with Hispanic Affairs? How did this come to be?
Okay, for me, whenever I was a senior in high school, I was in the Upper Brown program. So we actually get, whenever we graduate from high school, we actually get the opportunity to get a job here on campus and take like 2 college credits. And it's for free, like we don't have to pay anything. So it's a great opportunity. And whenever I was like little, Maria, she used to be the director for for international affairs. She was my Spanish teacher. So and she was like, whenever you're a senior, you have to like apply so you can be working at the Hispanic Affairs office. And I was like, okay. So whenever I listened to her advice, and whenever I got to be a senior and I wanted to like do that job, I was like, can I do it at Hispanic Affairs? And Juan, the director at the time of the Upper Brown, he was like, yes, you can. Like we can go and talk to them. So I had that interview with them and stuff. And that's how I actually started. So it's like I have been working for like 2.5 years.
Very nice. And Juan Rivas was a graduate student in communication and now is off to bigger and better things in Colorado.
Yes.
He's snowed in.
Already.
Yeah, I've been looking at the pictures. It's gorgeous. Now, what about you, Berenice? How did you land in Hispanic Affairs?
Well, actually, I'm a year older than Catalina. So before she started, I was actually in Upward Bound also. And I worked with Hispanic Affairs that summer before Catalina. And it's really weird because I wasn't supposed to be working there, but they're like, okay, well, you've kind of fit in here. Just
got
go.
you in there.
Yes. So I started working there without even knowing. I was supposed to work somewhere else, but they put me and another girl. And they're like, well, one of you guys has to work somewhere else. And I was the chosen one to stay there. So I didn't really know a lot then because I was like, well, I guess I was just placed here. But after that, I really enjoyed it. I knew what it was about after I learned a lot. And I worked that entire summer. I think it was summer 2014. And then I transferred to CCC for 2 years. And when I came to visit, they're like, well, we have a job opening. And if you want to come back and work for us, I was like, this is like perfect because I don't have to look for a job. I know what you guys do here, and
there you go.
It was really good. So
it's all in the timing.
Yep, it is. And I started last fall. So
very nice.
About a year now. Yes.
Now, Caitlin, you're with Multicultural Affairs.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about what you do because you're a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit different. I get to work with each of the offices. So I've been primarily with the Hispanic Affairs office since it is Hispanic Heritage Month. Starting, I think next week, I'm going to transition and be mostly with the Native American Affairs office because we're starting Native Heritage Month. I'm so sorry. And so
you might be back again in November.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about all of the wonderful things. I've got the calendar and we've had them posted around, and tell us about some of the events and how the month has been, how it's been going, and some of the fun things that you've gotten to do?
Well, the month has been going great. We have had a lot of people go to our events, and whoever goes, they have a blast doing it. Like the other day, we had karaoke, and everyone had a blast doing it. And then the first week, whenever we kicked off Hispanic Heritage Month, we had the carnival, and a lot of people went. We had food for like 200 people, I believe, and we ran out like within the first 2 hours. The food was delicious.
You would think that that's a bad thing, but that is really a good thing because it means you had gobs of people.
Yes.
But I always think it's better to run out because everybody's happy than you have too much. So
And the children, there were like little kids there
Yeah.
and everything. So whenever we broke the piñata, I told this little girl, I was like, you're going to be the first one to break the piñata. And she got so excited. She was like jumping and clapping. And she was like, Daddy, I'm going to be the first one to break the piñata. It was the cutest thing ever.
now, is she the one that actually broke the
She was like the first one that hit it,
but didn't
it
break it?
Yeah.
But you know, when the candy comes, I bet they don't care who did
They
it.
don't. They just want to.
Well, do you have favorite events? What out of everything? What, if you can narrow it down? What has been one of your favorite events?
So tomorrow we have an event, and it's
Yes.
the Brazilian Carnival show and workshop. So from 7 to 8, we'll be doing the performance. Well, not us, but the people coming from Albuquerque, they'll be doing the performance. And then from 8 to 9, we'll actually be learning how to do the dances that they did from 7 to 8. So it's going to be a blast because I have seen videos of them, and they are amazing.
So this is like a twofer event. At 7 o'clock is the actual performance, and then 8 to 9 you learn what you saw.
Yes.
So I have no rhythm. I cannot dance.
Me
I
either.
kind of
do I.
hop.
Me too. Me
I have
too.
2 left feet.
Yeah. And now this group is coming from Albuquerque.
Yes.
All right. And now, is there a charge for this event, or can people just come?
No, all of our events, like all of our events for all the offices are free.
Free is a beautiful
Yes,
thing.
free is a wonderful thing. So people like ask us, they're like, how much is it to go in, blah, blah, blah. It's everything's free, everything.
Well, you wouldn't expect, I'm looking at the different events and all that you have had, and you would not expect all of these events to be free.
Yes.
And the fact that you've got a Brazilian dance group coming free. And this is 7 p.m. October 12th in the Cub Ballroom. 7 o'clock, you see the performers, and then 8 o'clock.
You do
learn.
the performance.
Are you going to be dancing or learning the dance?
Yes.
That's good. No fear.
No fear.
What was, now talk about the Ray and Reina contest. That is, who are the winners for that?
The winners were actually Gabriel Gonzalez.
Uh-huh.
He's actually in the Kappa Sig, and the girl her name's Caitlin Rael, and she's a freshman this year, and she was very excited because she didn't know she was going to win. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, there were some great people competing, and the numbers were like really close to each other. They're actually almost tied, but she ended up winning, and she was very excited. She said, you know what? She said, I was really scared. I didn't think I was going to win because there were so many girls. There was about 12 girls this year.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yes, there was 3 boys and like 12 girls. So
That
it
is,
was-
I've been to see some of the events, and I've judged before, and I remember me at their age thinking I would not have the presence of mind or the confidence to do that, and so I'm always amazed, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And well, congratulations to both of them. So for your finale event, that's tomorrow. How long? You have a month's worth of activities. How long does it take you to actually do all of this planning and putting this together?
A whole year.
we planned
So
a year and
after we're done with this, we're probably gonna start thinking of a theme because
For next year.
Yes.
Oh my
because
goodness.
each year we tend to like just come up with the theme and then do the events
Go
based
from
on
there.
on that theme. So this year it was La vida es un carnaval. Life is a carnival. So that's why we're doing like all these carnival like related things. And the year before was fiesta and fine arts. That's like things that have to
Artistic.
deal with
Yes.
with fine arts. So that's why we focused a lot in fine arts and all that stuff. And then so next year we're gonna start thinking about
What new
the
theme.
theme
Yeah.
that we want to deal with.
So you don't even really get a bit of a breather before and you probably don't get a breather at all because you're going to your neck. Now, how does that work with the offices? So you got your big month of events would be done. So do you kick in to help with?
Yes,
Yes.
always the offices are we're always helping each other. Like
Yep.
whenever the other day we had the karaoke and we had to carry the stage up because
You carried a stage.
yes,
Yeah.
a stage. We had to carry it to the like upstairs and the like where the ballroom is type of, and we had like the other offices like help us like lift it and like take it up the stairs because it didn't fit in the elevator. So we're always helping each other out.
That is wonderful. Now, how many offices are there in multicultural affairs?
We have 4. So
Okay.
we've got International Affairs, Hispanic, African American Affairs, and Native American Affairs.
Very nice. So no breather at all for you.
Never.
None.
No. As soon as this is over, I'm going to dive right in with Native. And then as soon as Native is over, we kind of get winter break. So that's my
Yeah.
breather. And then we'll come right back in and I'll jump in with African.
Yes.
Very
And
nice.
then in March we have
The
We're
banquet.
back to the banquet, so I'll be back with Hispanic.
That
no,
is
in March we have Women's History
Oh,
Month.
Women's
and
History.
then we have the banquet.
That's true. So March I'll be with International because they will actually be in charge of Women's History Month this year.
very nice. Well, and you know, that banquet in the spring is one of my favorite things.
We're in charge of that
Yes.
banquet this year because last year it was African.
Yep.
So this year it's
Gonna
us.
be us.
Very nice. Well, I'm looking forward to all of it. And I want to thank you all so much for taking out some time to do this and talk to us about the fun things that you've been doing. Now, if anybody wants more information, they can call 562-2451, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we actually have a multicultural affairs page on Facebook and they can like it. And we post all the pictures and all the flyers for all the events that we have going on that day. And we also have an Instagram and it's ENMU Hispanic Affairs. And we have a Snapchat and it's ENMU Culture.
I wouldn't know a Snapchat if it bit me because my phone is barely a phone. But I'm going to go make sure that I look you up on Instagram. And
Okay.
ladies, thank you so very much
Thank
for
you so much,
joining
Dr.
us.
Dobson.
And we will have you back soon and we'll attend the events. Thank you so much for joining us. And we hope you'll come back for another edition of All Things Eastern. We'll see you next time.